welcome back at Holden half-time. Melbourne trailing the Western Bulldogs by 4 points, and there's been certainly a fair bit of controversy around the Melbourne football clubs in the last couple of weeks. And Collingwood coach Mick Malthouse has a penchant of using philosophy to describe situations. He once said, "The ox is slow, but the earth is patient." In recent times, he could be paraphrased even further to say, "The ox is slow paying, and Simon Beasley, the bookmaker, has lost patience." Sam Newman and the ox.
Well, what are you doing down at Melbourne since you stopped playing? You sure you're not becoming a corrupting influence down there?
Oh, I should hope, certainly think not. I haven't really had much time down there, and I've actually stood away from the club a little bit and just focused on my own life.
You become the human headline. When they're going badly, you're up them, and you're getting their players to bet, and they're getting into trouble betting. You're introducing people to bookmakers. Don't you have a responsibility now that you've left the club?
Do you honestly believe that?
Well, what is all this about then? Why is your name associated with the blokes who owe hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars? Why don't you let them concentrate on football?
I have been. I introduced them to this bookmaker some 12 months ago.
Well, why did you?
Well, because they prefer to bet with the bookmaker than bet on the TAB. That was it. Simple.
Well,
easy for them. They can do it over the phone. They don't have to go to the races. Nice and simple. And it was an introduction only. And if Simon Beasley wanted to use those players or let them bet with him, it was his due diligence to make sure that everything was above board. Travis and Daniel Ward, they've owned up to their mistakes and let them get on with it.
Well,
the club have been fantastic, supported them. They're going through a bit of hard time now, and it should have been kept in-house, but it hasn't been.
Do you owe any of the bookies, David?
No, not 1 cent.
You hooked on gambling yourself? I mean,
I
not that it's
enjoy it.
any of our business, but I mean, let's make it our business.
I enjoy it.
You're a gambly-holic, are you? A gambler-holic?
No, are you?
Well, I would never have had a bet in my life.
That explains it.
Well, explains what?
It explains like you're the person you are.
Well, what is that sort of person?
Conservative.
Well, I'm conservative, but I don't meddle in other
Recluse.
people's business. If I'm part of a football club, I don't rope the players I used to play in with into getting into trouble betting by introducing them to bookmakers.
You know, you do. You bag them, you can them, and you do
Oh,
nothing.
and you don't?
No, I don't.
Well, I tell you what, I at least let them concentrate on football rather than getting them sidetracked on issues that have nothing to do with football.
You'll let them concentrate on their footy.
Yes.
But if they don't play your way, you can them.
David,
Well, what are you talking about?
David,
That's
can I
our
jump
job.
in there?
Yes,
Is
mate.
there a problem with gaming and gambling, particularly with young footballers at the moment? Have they got too much time and money on their hands?
Yes.
I don't think so. I just believe that their managers and the footy clubs have just got to monitor their payments, that no lump sums go out without being recorded. So if the lump sums are going out, they go into their house loan and not to the bookies.
It's an unhealthy environment that you're leading these young players into.
I'll tell you now, before I was involved with Travis and Daniel, they were betting anyway. That is it. It's their prerogative. They're grown men. They're 25 and 27 years of age.
And you decided-
they can gamble.
So why did you get involved then? If they were betting anyhow, why did you get involved? Why did you stick your
I
bib in?
actually wasn't involved. They asked me who I bet with, and I told them.
David, your name was mentioned in the story that was written by Caroline Wilson in The Age. You said last week on Triple M you're thinking of taking legal action. Is that going to continue?
Yeah, I spoke to my solicitors. We've sent off letters to the Bookmakers Association. And that wasn't to do with Caroline. We also sent one to The Age and Caroline herself. So we're just waiting for a response. It won't be legal, but we wanted to put our story forward, and we wanted them to know what we think about the whole situation.
What's the feeling amongst the footballers that they were named?
Devastated. Absolutely devastated. It'd be like Sam or yourself owing money on a credit card. The bank don't make it public that you owe $15,000 on a credit card.
They take your house, though.
Well, exactly. They will go and take your house or whatever. But what should have happened if Simon needed the money that bad, he should have gone to the club earlier, sorted it out, and kept it in house. And there's no doubt about it that it's leaked, and it's leaked from his organisation, because the figures that were bandied around were spot on, and they would not have been spot on if it hadn't have gone out.
Spoken to Simon Beasley?
No, I haven't.
You bet with him again?
No.
Oh, so you've introduced two players from the Melbourne Football Club to Simon Beasley, but you've withdrawn now and are going somewhere else.
I'm in front with Simon, so I'll stay that way. Sam.
David, do you think that it's a worry that footballers at their age, and in their early 20s, but they can't be trusted to look after their own affairs, that the club has to nurse them through, and for that matter, why is the club doing it, not their managers?
Look, I think they can handle their own affairs. The issue is here that Simon has used the media and the position that they're in, and they've got no recourse whatsoever. So it's absolute fear factor that he's put on them to pay up this money, and they're caught between a rock and a hard place. They did the wrong thing, but let's be honest, he didn't name any tycoons that owed money, did he?
All right then, fair enough. Sam?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
He was owed the money.
who?
Beeson.
That's right,
It
but
goes two ways too, though, Ed, and we don't need to go into that. But look, it's gone, it's finished. The boys have copped enough punishment. They're the
Well,
ones
if
that have
they
been
paid.
punished. They're paying at the moment. They've got a payment plan on the board.
Boys, we're going to have to
They're
leave
on
it
the
there
drip, are
because
they?
we've had enough.
God, you're fair dinkum.
Holden half-time has come to an end. Thanks very much, David, for coming up and facing the music tonight and putting
No
your side
problem.
of the conversation across. Sam,
Thanks for
thank you
having me,
very
Sam.
much.
I
A
appreciate
wonderful
that.
day today as Geelong honoured one of their
really?
legends. We'll take a break. On the other side of Holden half-time, Friday Night Football continues and it's a beauty. The Western Bulldogs by 4 points over the Melbourne, but you can bet they'll come back after this.